What's going on, guys? Welcome to one of my videos. In this episode on the Reacts channel, what I'm going to be doing is reacting to the most recent video of Moist Critical. For you guys that don't know, Moist Critical has been one of the people that I look up to. He's an awesome guy. He's just funny. I wouldn't say I look up to him. He's just fucking funny. I love him. And we're going to be reacting to Moist Meter John Wick 4. Let's get straight into that.
This episode of Moist Meter brought to you by Godslap. Issue 3 is out right now at godslapbook.com. You can find links below in the description. Go check it out.
Initiating moisture.
Moisture.
John Wick is more than just an outstanding franchise. It's a nearly perfect franchise.
He is John Wick. Look at this man. He just got out the shower. He's looking fresh. His balls are wet. Oh yeah, he is the John Wick.
Not only does it not have a bad movie, it doesn't even have a bad moment in any of the movies. At least nothing that I can think of at the top of my head. Even John Wick's skin in Fortnite is the best skin in that game. Everything from John Wick, the universe, and everything around it is just high quality. It just oozes beauty. And I am happy to say John Wick 4 is the best one in the entire franchise.
I've seen the fucking entire franchise of John Wick 2. I honestly think that it fucking sucks. Yeah, no. Shit's amazing though. Like, remember watching all the videos of just like the trailers coming up to on Moist Meter as well. Absolutely slaps.
This movie is unreal. It puts the fill in film, because I was filling my fucking pants watching this one. This one was incredible. Everything you have come to expect from John Wick is not only present, but it's done even better in this film. Somehow they just progressively get better.
We gotta see it.
Usually most films immediately fall off going into the sequel. Somehow John Wick as a franchise just gets better and better and better. Like, it's evolving. Everything you have heard about John Wick 4 is not only accurate, it's underselling it. There is not a moment in this movie where I wasn't having fun. Now, of course, you're going to have to suspend disbelief, and I already can see a couple people whining about it, like, why did John Wick activate infinite ammo glitch during the motorcycle chase scene? And it's like, okay.
Hold up. He's actually already seen the movie? Fuck. I need to see that shit.
Yeah, so what, he shot 50 bullets
That's
from the single mag in that pistol. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Bro,
it's still really cool.
Like
and it is realistic for the most part when it comes to a lot of its action, like the way the fights play out. It's not like John Wick is just like this immortal, invincible killing machine. He is damn near immortal, but he's not invincible. In fact, even when fighting just common grunts like Old Pop Wiggleberry, who picked up his blunderbuss and charges him for the bounty, like, he'll get damage from that. Like, he fights hordes and hordes of bad guys.
He's the exact definition of fuck around and find out.
And all of them get their licks in. And he feels it, and you can see it on him. He wears and tears. He's not in his prime, but he is still an absolute killing machine. This film never lets off the gas for even a millisecond. Anytime John Wick steps outside, if he found like a
fucking explosion
dollar on the ground and he goes to collect it, he's immediately ambushed by 50 assassins and he has to murder all of them. And it is always creative how he does it. It is so satisfying watching John Wick beat ass. But not only is it satisfying to watch him beat ass, they introduce two new characters that are equally fun to watch.
Pick your characters. Oh god, Charlie, I've paused you at a vulnerable time.
Watch. Donnie Yen is in this film. He plays Kane, and Donnie Yen is one of my favorite action actors. I've actually followed his career ever since Shanghai Nights. I was blown away by his performance in that film as a kid. So I followed pretty much most of his movies. Killed it as Ip Man, but has been kind of highly underrated in like the Western spotlight, I would argue. But he is always a joy to watch, and he shines in this film. He plays a blind assassin who's friends with John Wick, and he is so fucking good here. And the two of them, you know, they banter a bit. I guess as much as John Wick's character allows him to, because John Wick doesn't say much. He's a man of few words, more of just a man of focus and raw ass. So, you know, Donnie Yen will be cracking some jokes at him, and, you know, John Wick will go, yeah, no. And it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, like, it's just fun. I don't know, it's cool. And there's also,
from what he's saying, it seems like what he's describing is like an absolute fucking godsend movie. Dude, after I'm done recording this video, I gotta watch that shit. I'm gonna watch some clips. Hopefully, show some here.
Another new character they introduced called Mr. Nobody, and he has a dog that's with him, and that's kind of his shtick. He's great at tracking down John, and his dog kills people. He's also an expert at hand-to-hand combat and shooting and killing. Like, there is no bad characters in this film because all of them are really fun to watch. The choreography here is the best in all of cinema. John Wick has the best stunt team, the best choreographers when it comes to its action, and the best way of filming it. Towards the end of this movie, there is probably one of my top 10 favorite action sequences I've ever watched. I don't want to spoil it, but it's this sequence of John Wick when he's getting attacked from...
That's why I love Moist Critical. He's just such a nice guy. He's like, I don't want to spoil it for the people that maybe are watching this video with like the absolute pea brain of knowledge that are just like watching this without seeing the movie. He looks out for me. And maybe the other people too.
From all angles in this building, and they bring the camera up. So now you have this top-down view that almost looks straight out of a video game of John Wick going room to room, clearing it with a dragon's breath fucking shotgun. So he's going through, killing people with this dragon's breath shotgun. They're getting lit on fire. He's fucking triple tapped.
Homie got the perks going on. Literally took a pill. Was like... motherfucker.
Him, like, absolutely blowing them to pieces, and he's still, beating their ass with the hand-to-hand combat, like throwing them around, getting them in an armbar, breaking their arm off, shooting them with the dragon's breath. It's so cool, and this camera follows it around top down through like 6 different rooms like that, and it is so good.
It's hard.
It is so creative with how it films its action, and it is never disorienting. With how much action goes on in these films, you would think at some point they get like shaky cam and be hard to make out what's going on. Never the case in this franchise, and in John Wick 4, it's the best it's ever been. I cannot praise this movie enough. Now let's talk about the narrative. I love the universe of John Wick. I love the table hunting John down. John has broken all the rules. He's, coming for scalps now. The Continental, the way the whole world is set up to allow all of these assassins to exist in it and make it feel like believable and alive, I think is done really well. This film...
That's the thing though, like to make an actual genuine good movie, because like something that I've learned while like doing YouTube and stuff is that there's a lot of like movie shit and essentials behind it. I was going to be an actor, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, just do YouTube. But he's totally right, just like the choreography and just the way they film everything with like a action movie having to be like super, fast pace and all this shit going on. It's actually extremely hard to keep a steady frame and make it, when you're not watching it, want to fucking leave the theater because you gotta puke.
Film has a pretty strong narrative, not so much like with the craziness or like the depth of it, but in the way that it acts as a vehicle to get you to interesting locations for interesting, fun fights with great set pieces and incredible moments. The characters I do think are strong, though. I still think Winston is a great character. I think he's really fun to watch. I love his lines as well. They do introduce a new villain here, whom I like, but is never really like scary or intimidating because he kind of just delegates everything to other people to do it for him. So he never really has a ton of moments where it's like, whoa, shit, this guy's a fucking menace or anything. It's just, this guy's got a lot of money, so he's paying people to do all of his work for him. Kind of a bitch, right? But I don't think he's bad by any means, and he has cool lines. I still like how he called John Wick a ghost looking for his graveyard. I don't know why, but that one just kind of stuck out to me. It's like, that was kind of badass. That's like the only time he says anything super badass. Other than that, it's usually him just like, hey, you go kill Wick for me. And that's the extent of his presence. The lines that you have, so he never really comes across as like this, ass-beating machine on the same level as the rest of the cast. But I don't think he was supposed to either. Overall, though, I do like the narrative. I thought it was pretty strong. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, this is a bit of a nitpick, but it is something I do want to call attention to. There is a couple moments in this film where even when suspending disbelief, you have to be like, what the fuck? Why is that the case? This isn't a spoiler either. So, like, for example, they're fighting in this club, and John Wick is full on shooting people in the face. Like, he grabs someone's head, he fucking puts the gun under.
Kill the man with just a pencil. The fuck is this, Charlie? Fuck.
Underneath their mouth and blows their fucking brains out on the dance floor, and people take notice. Like, you can see the people around him watching. He's stabbing people with hatchets. He's shooting people in front of them, and the people are not only watching, they just keep dancing. as all of this is happening,
Well, yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do?
and the music is playing, it's a really cool scene, but it's like, huh, these are just normal people. They've established that this is like kind of a normal club. All of those like random civilians aren't assassins. And yet they're just watching people get brutally murdered in front of them, and they continue to fucking whip and nay out there on the dance floor. So it's one of the things that like, oh, that's kind of weird. Why wouldn't they like run away? And then eventually they do run away, but for no reason almost. John Wick has killed 30 different dudes on the dance floor in front of all these people. They've even formed like this high school fight circle around it, watching John Wick kill some of these guys. And they're still just celebrating it and dancing. And then towards the end, they run away because...
That's the thing with someone like the action movies. It's just like, it doesn't make sense, but it's the thing that like... brain fart. They don't make sense, some of the scenes, but at the same time, they're just like, it's just an action movie, you know? It helps with the action. So you see your homie get fucking blown his brains out, and you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, you know? Oh shit, that's some good shit. That's fucking good music. Oh yeah, all right. Oh yeah, you know? Who cares? It's an action movie, but I understand his nitpicking. I guess if they're going for more like of a realistic take, then they could have like had more people run out, but I feel like that would have taken away from the scene. I'm pretty sure the scene was really hectic. I can already imagine, because I think there's like a scene that they had like that in one of the other John Wick movies. It's just like a really crowded scene, and the fact that everyone was there made that scene so cool, because it's like, oh shit, all this is going on. All these people don't even know what's going on.
John Wick kills someone a little too brutally, and they're like, oh shit, oh now it's serious. And that happens again towards the end of the film, where they're fighting on a crowded street, and there's just a full-blown shootout, fully automatic rifles going crazy, cars getting blasted as they're going by, people getting thrown into cars as they're getting blasted, or as they're getting, you know, driving by.
Blown.
It's just pandemonium. And it goes on for like fucking 20 minutes of people just getting hit by cars that keep coming through, or shooting through cars, using
Fucking can't have shit in Ohio, dude.
car doors, using cars
New
as
York,
weapons.
wherever it was.
But these are normal civilians driving the cars. They're just on a public road.
You're like, hey Timmy, let's go to school. Oh yeah, you know, let's go to your first party, son. Holy fuck! And you see fucking John Wick, fucking bomb grenade, fucking motherfucker. Holy shit, Timmy!
You would think when the shooting started, people would stop going through that intersection that this fight is happening at. You would think the cars would be like, oh fuck, and then swerve the other way instead of just keep like going straight into the gunfire. Because again, they are normal people.
That mom did not.
And there's people just getting thrown through the windshield of these vehicles, and then still other cars are just, you know, strolling right on through, just zooming by. So it's just one of those things where it's like, huh, it doesn't make any sense. Why would they stay there? Why would they do that? Not that it's a big deal. It is just a nitpick. I wanted to point that out because it was very silly, and I think it was supposed to be silly. Like I think it was very self-aware with it, but it's something I would like to call attention to.
No, that's fair.
It's not like a big complaint by any means.
No,
but I do have one
genuine.
actual complaint.
Oh.
I do have a complaint.
Oh.
And I can't get into the specifics because it's a spoiler, but they've done one thing in this movie that I commend them on, but I don't think it landed as well as it needed to. When you see the film, I think you'll know what I'm referring to, and that's just kind of my take on it. It's something that I feel they've wanted to build and they've wanted to really flesh out, but I just don't think it hit as hard as it wanted to. And I do think that that's a little underwhelming. I don't think it was bad by any means, but it was just a little underwhelming how a certain moment played out. So that's all I can really talk about.
Probably is like just like some big thing where he meets someone who's like this big thing that was building up, and it's like underwhelming fight. John Wick fights, you know, kills him. Probably like that, if I were to guess. I don't know, but concerning by Charlie's reaction, Mr. Moist Critical himself, I honestly feel like the thing that I love about Critical is just like he goes into such depth, and you know he's very genuine in everything he says. If he said a movie is genuinely good, you'll believe it. But if he says a movie is genuinely bad, you'll fucking believe that it's absolute dog shit. So that's why we love him, bro.
Without spoilers, but again, I don't think it was anything bad or anything close to that. Plugging John Wick 4 into the Moist Meter, I'm so happy to give this a 95%. I think this is an absolute must-see movie. Bet. This is a movie that is just beyond exciting to watch. It is like
go give those cinemas
non-stop, super fun, beautiful, excellent, over-the-top action with a really great cast of characters that all get amazing moments to shine and really pretty shots. There's some really nice shots in
pretty,
here
Charlie.
as well that I'd like to point out. I love this movie. I think it is the best in the franchise. So yeah, I highly recommend it. That's about it. So yeah,
See ya,
as
buddy.
most of you know,
Oh.
we started our own comic.
Oh, God slap. Looks like he's got a book now. That's awesome. Great, Charlie. But thank you guys for sticking around to the end. Honestly, just do whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, hopefully see you next time.